Welcome to this podcast from Ray and Reva. Let me start with a question for you, Reva. What if the best news a CFO hears all week is that their team just found a $1 million error?
That definitely sounds counterintuitive, Ray. In most companies, finding an error like that means a painful heads will roll meeting is right around the corner.
It often does, and that's the core of the problem. See, many businesses suffer from revenue leakage, that, 1 to 5% of revenue that just quietly vanishes between a signed contract and cash in the bank.
Right. That's the persistent drip, drip, drip from things like billing errors, incorrect discounts, or unbilled usage.
Yeah.
It's what keeps finance leaders staring at spreadsheets at 3 a.m.
Exactly. And the reason it persists is that finding the source of a leak usually triggers a blame game.
Right.
The first question is always, who messed up?
And that fear is where good intentions go to die.
Mm-hmm.
If finding a leak gets you punished, people will simply stop looking. The problem gets buried, and the dripping continues.
So here's the paradigm shift. What if we started celebrating the discovery?
Okay, but how does that work in practice? I mean,
Well,
you're essentially celebrating a flaw in the system.
you're not celebrating the flaw, you're celebrating the fix.
Okay.
You reframe it completely. The person who uncovers a leak isn't the one who made a mistake. They're the one who just executed a revenue recovery. They become a hero.
Oh, I love that framing. It turns the finance team from bookkeepers into treasure hunters, actively adding to the bottom line.
Yes,
And it shifts the whole dynamic from fear to empowerment.
it does. And while that culture has to start from the top,
Right.
it gets supercharged by the right technology.
That makes sense. You can't ask people to hunt for treasure in the dark.
Exactly.
They need a WAP, a guide.
Precisely. And that's where these AI-powered platforms come in. They act as a powerful beacon, let's say, running hundreds of automated checks across the entire quote-to-cash process to flag those really subtle anomalies that a human could never spot.
So it's a two-part solution. First, you create a culture of psychological safety where it's actually good to find problems.
Right?
Then you arm that team with the tools to succeed.
Exactly. And the payoff is huge. I mean, you get more predictable revenue, better forecasts, and happier customers who actually trust their invoices.
Wow.
You can scale the business with confidence.
Core message is just so clear. Stop punishing detection and start rewarding it.
Now you've got it. That's how you build a truly watertight and profitable business. Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. In your organization, is finding a revenue leak a moment of fear, or is it a reason to celebrate?